Let's get excited and let's get started making some pupusas. The way that I'm going to do it today is I am going to be using some parchment paper. So pull some out and have it ready, folded in half. You are going to need some mozzarella cheese. This one is a whole milk mozzarella cheese that I will be cutting up into very small pieces. You could buy some pre-shredded mozzarella cheese. You also would, if you want bean and cheese pupusas, which is what I'm making today, you will want some beans. Today I'm using this brand and they are refried. I did fry them again in the pot with some onions and garlic and a little bit of salt. I did this like a couple hours ago, and so they are very cooled off at this time. You also need some kind of pan or surface where you will be cooking. You could use a frying pan or like a pan such as this. You will need some oil, and you will need some type of masa. So this masa actually says, on the package it says pupusas. There are many brands. This is just one of them that I'll be using today. Let's get started. Okay, inside of this mixing bowl I have some masa, about 4 cups. I have some warm water, about 2 cups. I have put in about 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and I've put in about 2 teaspoons of salt. You can vary this, and I typically don't measure. I'm going to start mixing it together with my hands, and I'm going to try to make kind of a Play-Doh consistency that that is softer than Play-Doh. And I want to use both of my hands. I'm holding my phone and I'm doing this. So I'm going to be putting my phone down and mixing. As I go along, I might be putting in more water. As I feel it right now, I am going to be putting in a little more warm water as I go along. I'll show you the dough after I get it mixed together. Okay, so now that I have the dough ready, what I do is I just take a little, and you could use a spoon, and you can just put a spoonful there. This is probably about 1 inch to 2 inch little ball. I put 2 of them on my parchment paper, and I fold it over, and I get a flat surface. What I have here is, this is just a plate, okay? And I'm going to be pressing down on both of them, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've pressed down. This is about the size. It's maybe 3 inches going across. I'm going to open it and put in some filling. So I've got the beans. Put a little bit of beans in the center with a spoon. I'm going to take some of the mozzarella cheese and put that on there. And make sure there's a little bit for every bite. Okay. Then I'm going to take the other side and put it on top. Pat it down, and this is why your dough needs to be pretty soft, because you want it to stick together. I'm going to stick it together on the sides. Then close up my parchment paper again. Get my plate. You could use a small cutting board for this. Okay, I'm going to press down pretty hard. Okay. Now I've got my little pupusa that is loaded with beans and cheese, ready to be lifted. I'm going to be putting a little bit of oil on my hot pan. I have it on medium-high heat. This little pan can hold about 4 of them. Okay, it looks like it's time to flip some over. As you can see, there's a little bit of a crack where the beans are coming out there. And over here, there's some cheese bubbling out. This is not a problem. It will be just fine, pretty normal. And you're gonna wanna see this browned look, kind of like a tortilla. And you could add a little bit of oil underneath before you turn it over. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it over. I would say it probably cooks about 2 minutes on one side. You can always turn it over and check it, and if you feel like it needs to cook a little more, then just let it cook a little more. It's pretty forgiving. These other two I'm not going to turn over just yet. Coming over here, I have a little bowl ready and waiting with a towel, and I will be placing my finished pupusas in here and covering them up so that, they can stay warm and they'll be ready for the family to eat. Okay, well, I have 4 pupusas ready right here. I will probably be making 12 to 15 of them in total with this recipe. When you eat them, you can eat them plain. You can, traditionally, when people eat these, a lot of times they might add a sauce. So I have several different hot sauces over here. Maybe you don't like hot sauce. If you like just plain tomato sauce, you can make your own from some garden tomatoes or just get some canned tomato sauce. Also, traditionally, they'll eat it with cut up cabbage. And it's like a coleslaw of sorts. And the way traditionally they have that coleslaw with each bite, it will have a homemade vinegar and a little bit of oregano they actually put in it, which I don't care for so much. But this is the way that traditionally it is eaten, and they'll put a little bit of sauce, a little bit of cabbage, and then take a bite. Kind of like a tostada style when they pick it up and eat it. So I'm gonna keep these little pupusas warm, and I hope that you enjoy trying to make pupusas.